Welcome back, family. We're here for the Final Order Cutoff books of interest for the Final Order Cutoff of this week, which is, I forgot to actually even look at what day it was, like a silly person. The 20th. Okay. I'm recording this on the 17th. You see it on the 18th. I have to make sure I have time to get it all ready. But also try to give you a little bit of advance notice so you're not watching the video and then rushing online. You have a little time to think about it and do your own research. So, what do I mean by books of interest? A book of interest is something, in my opinion, it is outside of the norm. If you have like Action Comics number 1116, it's no more important than number 15. However, if it's a new series, a new run, a one shot, and it's a number one, that's a book of interest. If you happen to pick up number one, you like the story, and you want to continue reading it, so I point out your number two. So this gives you a chance to order that continuation of a story that maybe you didn't expect to be that good, or we're just checking out with high hopes, and they lived up to them. A second printing, or third, or fourth, or fifth, or whatever, of a number one. A first appearance, if I know of it. A interesting artwork, and something that's like really cool artwork, something that jumps out at me. Again, might not be your taste, and maybe there's artwork that you love that I didn't mention. I would love it if you threw it in the comments. Anything that you think I may have missed. So this way, you're not just sharing it with me, but you're sharing it with the rest of the community. These are the books that I try to point out to you guys every single week here on this channel to give you a little heads up, so you can write it down. Say, yeah, let me read about that. Let me see if this is something I want to buy, and get onto your local comic book shops, pre-order for Final Order Cutoff, and get those books ordered for you. Not just for yourself, but help to support the stores. So let's get jumping right into this, shall we? We have Image Comics, Ain't No Grave, number one, the second printing. This is the Scotty Young. For those of you who didn't get a chance to get the first print, or you are a multiple printing collector, don't want to miss this one. I'm going to close out these tabs as I go. Also from Image, continuing, we have Plastic Death and Dolls, number one of 5. This is from Doug Wagner. We have Rifters, number one. This is from Brian Poston. It's a series premiere. It doesn't say it's a limited series. It's just a series premiere. So they are expecting this to go onwards, which is cool. Monolith, number 2. This is a Spawn Monolith. So if you guys picked up number 1, remember it's only a 3-part series. But if you like number 1, you want to continue reading it, number 2 is on the Final Order Cutoff. Here is your reminder. You're going to hear me say a lot of reminders this week. Universal Monsters Black Lagoon, number 1, the second printing. For those of you who missed or just like those multiple printings, there you go. The Whisper Queen, number 2 of 3. This is the cover A. And this is, again, a reminder, if you liked issue 1, you want to continue it, issue 2 is on the FOC. Amory Wars, No World Tomorrow, number 2 of 12. So, again, if you liked 1, you want to continue reading it, this is from Boom Studios. Don't forget to add it. Crocodile Black, number 2 of 5. Again, another reminder. If you read 1 and you want 2, there it is. Not a reminder. Here we go. This is a new 8-part series from Boom Studios from Greg Pak. It is Lawful, number 1. And I swear, I looked at the cover of this, and for some reason, it just Saga came to mind. I'm not saying it is Saga, but it's what popped into my head. Moving into DC Comics, we have Absolute Power, number 1 of 4. This is the cover I, Wes Craig raised UV foil. This is $7.99. The rest of the copies, I believe, are $3.99 or $4.99. I have seen what this image looks like. It is killer. It is really killer. I'm not a big fan of spending $8 on a foil, but if you get a chance and you want to try to look at it, matter of fact, let me see if I can find it for you guys as a separate screen. I'm just going to pause this while I look for it. If I get the mouse onto the correct monitor. Okay, took a little bit of doing, but here you go. This is the cover that's foil, raised foil. And I think that's going to look amazing as a foil. Again, it says pre-sale. It says $7.99, so I think that one's worth it. I think that would look really great as a raised foil. Let's hope I'm right, because I got one ordered myself. All right. So we've covered that one. Let's move on to the next one. We have Batman Gotham Gaslight, Kryptonian Age, number 1 of 12. We have the DC Pride Uncovered. It's a one-shot. This is the cover A. There's a bunch of different covers here. I think there's a Cersei cover also, but it's not... there's no tattoos on it, but it's still good quality Cersei work. I know there's a lot of people out there that like his work as well. Their work, sorry. Black Panther, Blood Hunt, number 2. Reminders, so if you liked 1, there's number 2. Yeah, you haven't figured it out. We've moved to Marvel. Blood Hunters, number 1. This is a second printing. This is a blood-soaked version. There's a few copies here that have the second printings of the number 1 with the blood-soaked. We're going to cover them. Dracula, number 1 from... Dracula Blood Hunt, number 1. Second printing, blood-soaked. There it is. We have a Dracula Blood Hunt number 2. So if you did like issue 1, you want to continue reading the story, don't forget to put number 2 onto your pull list. Strange Academy Blood Hunt number 1, the second printing, blood soaked. There you go. And we have Venom Separation Anxiety number 2. If you like number 1, here's your chance to get number 2 onto your pull list. And there is an homage here. This falls under the cool cover category. We have the Spider-Man number 1. Now it says on the bottom, not final cover. So I'm assuming what's missing is the text of what is being said. I don't think they're going to leave that as empty text bubbles for you to fill in yourself, but could be cool. David Michelin usually has a good storyline there. We have a new line here. We have Venomverse Reborn number 1. The darkest web is respun. Dive back into the darkness as the Venomverse is reborn with stories of symbiotes from all across the multiverse. So for those of you symbiote fans out there, you got another book to spend money on. Wolverine Blood Hunt number 2. So if you liked 1, here's your reminder. Let's move into some independence, shall we? A Kogan, Brutalizer of Gods, number 2. If you like number 1, there's number 2. Now, it's not a prestige format. That's a wraparound cover, so it shows it opened up. But that's an Oni Press book, and well, they're welcome to keep reading it. Dark Horse has a new one from Neil Gaiman, The Anansi Boys, number 1. And the cover, first cover is done by David Mack. Looks cool. I like that one. We have The Butcher's Boy, number 2. So if you've read read number 1, you want to continue reading it, here's your reminder. Faith Returns, number 2 of 2. It's only a 2-part series, but it gets a reminder because it's a number 2. Galaxy of Madness from Mad Cave Studios. And this one is actually has a Previews World preview, so you can read a little bit more about the background of it. I'm not familiar with the artist or the writer or anything else. But if you want to check out a new book from Mad Cave Studios, give it a look. Godzilla, Here There Be Dragons 2, Sons of Giants, number 1 from IDW. They've been putting out a lot of Godzilla content lately. Gun Honey, this is the number 1 second printing from Titan Comics. And is also now number 2 of Gun Honey Collision Course. So if you liked number 1, and I can't see why you wouldn't, don't forget to add number 2. And there is a polybagged nude version as well. I believe that one's going for $10. High on Life. This one's interesting to me. High on Life, number 1 from Titan Comics. This is a video game that's being made, and I'd say all the covers are cool. This is the cover A, but I had to pick my favorite that I just think this is just, oh my God, cool. The FOC Spano version. I'm going to bring that up. That is just, that's disturbing, man. So if you ever played the video game and you want to see what the comic book is like, don't forget to add this onto your pull list. Masters of the Universe Revolution number 2. Reminder, if you liked 1, there's 2. Resident Alien Book of Life. Now, I never watched the show. Okay, I know some people have talked to me about it, but it says on the bottom here, now a sci-fi original series. Again, I don't know if this is related to the TV show or that used to be out, or if this is a new storyline, or this Resident Alien is not the same, or I have no clue. Please drop it in the comments if you know, because I would like to know. Alan Tudyk was in the original TV show. I don't know if this is related to or not. We have Sonic the Hedgehog, Spring Broken. Not Spring Break, it's Spring Broken. For all you Sonic fans, we got a new... I'm going to bet this is going to be a one-shot, or at least a very limited series, because if it's a spring break type of thing, they're not going to have it going on into winter. Street Fighter Master Game Gals #1 of 1. A few different covers here. Nothing really jumped out at me. Oh, the sketch variant was nice. Boom, boom. And we have, now this is a magazine. You're not going to find it in the comics. You have to go a little bit lower down to magazines. Once in a while, the Star Wars Insider has a really, really cool cover. Okay, and it's $20, people. So just be ahead of, and it's big size, magazine size. They have a Lego Millennium Falcon. That is cool, man. That is cool. If whoever they did Lego Star Wars, so I would try to find out who did the voice for Lego Han Solo and get him to sign this in silver. I think that would be amazing. Just a thought. But that's it. It's actually not a humongous list this week, which that's okay, man. We got to be able to, save up some money once in a while and not kill our pocketbooks or our wallets or both, our fanny packs, our money belts, our charge cards, our smartwatch, our phones, whatever you used to pay. We're killing them lately. So this week gives us a little step back where we're not going to die quite so hard. Guys, I want to thank you so much for joining. Please don't forget to click like, subscribe, and check on those notifications so you know when more videos are dropping. Going to be immediately making a very cool mail call video right after this. And I'm going to have that up a little bit, probably in a day or two. And hopefully you check it out. It's not going to be a long one, but it's an important one. Not for me, but for the comic book community. Guys, until I see you in the next video, though, thank you again. Like, subscribe. Mahalo.